Peace, 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 and blessings. This is Brother Maswi. Welcome to the channel, MHI Life News on YouTube and MHI Life and the MHI Life organization. Now here comes a graphic. This is the TMM Self-Mastery System, Movement 1. So there are 4 videos. One was done yesterday. It's up on, I think it's on TikTok and YouTube. And it'll be the same throughout the process, but they'll all go up on YouTube and TikTok. And then they'll be moved, once this is done, they'll be moved to the website. So they'll come down off of TikTok completely, and they'll be moved to the website. It's a 4-phase process. This is a condensed process. I talked about it yesterday. I'm not going to go back over that again. But generally, you would give a week to each phase. The 1-step phase, which is up here, is the first thing you're going to do today. This is why it's important. It's something that happens throughout the process. Then it's movement 1, which is claim your power. Movement 2, which is learn and adapt. Movement 3, which is regulate and embody. So generally do a week. But we're going to do this in 4 videos, 4 days. This is day 2, right? And so you can jump right into this process and go through the exercises and see the changes. And I'm talking about doing this in a consistent manner. You're gonna create more joy, more peace, more awareness. You'll be more strategic. You'll be more emotionally regulated, meaning you'll be calmer, even keeled, right? You're gonna have more excitement in life because you'll really feel the control. And then you can pretty much turn any situation into a win. More on that later. Let's go. Movement 1, claim your power. This is what we're doing here today. Claim your power. We have some exercises here that are going to help you recognize where your power sits, which is really going to be defining situations, authorship, ownership, radical ownership. All right. How to define situations and tell yourself a different story. And with a different story, you feel different about a circumstance. When you feel different about a circumstance, you just might take different actions. Matter of fact, you will take different actions. All right? So here we go. So first things first, what you're going to do when you start your day is the 1-step. After your 1-step, you're going to go right into this exercise. That's my suggestion. You can do it later in the day if you like. My suggestion is to go right into this exercise. The exercise is where you're going to actually pull up a memory, an experience or situation, or failure, setback, right? You're going to pull this up where you felt bad, things happened, and quite possibly there were all these things conspiring against you. Let's say it that way. Make it interesting. You want to call this up and make it as vivid as possible. I want you to really begin to feel this in your body. This bad experience, this negative circumstance. No trauma, no traumatic experience. Don't go too deep. It's too early for that, and it could be dangerous. All right. But pull something up that really does pull you. Emotionally, though, we will get something out of it. I want you to feel like it's happening right now. When you feel that, then it's time to work. Once you feel that, like it's, oh man, you called it back up again, it's time to work. So what are you doing when you work? When you get it in your mind and you get it clear, I want you to redefine it. Ask yourself 3 questions. First question to ask yourself is, what meaning am I giving this experience? What is the meaning? How are you defining it? What are you telling yourself? What's the story you're telling yourself about this experience, right? Next question you're going to ask yourself, is this meaning empowering me? Is it giving you a good feeling? The meaning you gave it, is it giving you a good feeling, right? Third question you're going to ask yourself, the most important question, I think, what meaning would strengthen me instead? What meaning would strengthen me instead? And that's the most important question you can ask yourself. with an answer. Sit with that for a minute. See what it feels like. See what you think about it. Then see how you feel about it. Notice if there's a shift. If you don't notice a shift, don't worry about it. But notice if there's a shift in how you feel about your responsibility and what you can do. All right? And then you'll say out loud, anytime the situation similar to this one, where you're questioning these external variables impacting what you want. It's a bad situation. Your feelings get hurt. You're angry. You're frustrated with something in your life or in the world. I want you to remind yourself, I am responsible for my life. Every time it happens, I am responsible, remind yourself, for my life. All right? So now here's a weekly activity. If any questions, stay with to the end. And here's the weekly activity. You do this once a week, right? Similar to what you just did. Now you're going to pull up, and you can do it in the evening, later in the evening. This is it happening in the morning, later in the evening. Possibly when you do your breathing exercise again. 3 times a day, morning, midday, and evening. Just the breathing exercise of the one step, not the whole thing. So again, maybe you'll do this next step, the weekly practice, in the evening, right? Very similar to what you did in the morning. But I want you to choose a situation that happened recently. Last few days, couple of days or so. So it's fresh and it's real. And it's a memory, but it's still real in your life. And I want you to think about a situation where you would have ordinarily blamed someone or something. Hope that's clear. Choose a situation where you would have normally blamed someone or something. Just call it up. Right? And once you call it up, I want you to go to step 2 again. I want you to go to the redefine, like you did in the morning. Redefine it. And I want you to ask yourself those 3 questions again. You remember those 3 questions? What meaning am I giving this situation? Is this meaning empowering me? Is it strengthening? Do I feel good? Is this meaning giving me a good feeling about myself and the world I'm in? And the 3rd question, most important question, what meaning can I give it to strengthen me, to empower me, to feel better about me? All right, that's you do. That's it. That's movement 1. Now, you do that, and you can play this. You can do this with a few things, and I'll let you know the secret. The more you do it, the more you do this, the more it takes hold. The more ownership takes hold. The more you start to feel your self change, your mind, your thinking in your mind, and your feelings about circumstances and situations in your life. The more you do it, they have less power. Don't tell anybody I told you that. Just go through the process. I want you to shift yourself from a place of this happened to me to more of what is this teaching me? What is this teaching me? What can I do with this? How can I make this better for me? And the way you make it better is by working directly with the things you can control. What's the only thing we can control? Right here. Look in the mirror. It's the only thing you have control of in the world. That's it. So that's where your power is, being able to control that. It'll change your life. Start authoring. Start empowering yourself. Tell yourself better stories. And you'll change your experience in your life. Remember, this is about having more joy, more peace, more excitement about life. Being more aware, of course, more responsible. Responsibility doesn't sound fun, but I promise you, radical responsibility is. because you become the captain, or the real captain of your ship. So here it is. Simple process. Movement 1. Have at it. Enjoy yourself. Play, have the little thought exercises. And then tomorrow I'll be back with movement 2. Let's go, let's grow. Peace and blessings, man. Take care of yourself.